Hi Leo, September reading, 5 major arcana cards coming through. We're going to look at these cards together, but before we do, we'll pull more to clarify. August, before we get into September, the last couple of weeks of August have been game changing for you, Leo, in terms of evolution of self. Although some of you feel like you may be still venturing into the unknown territory of the moon card, you have something behind you. You've been shedding a lot of dead weight on this progression forward and on this beautiful evolution that you're on. You have had to say goodbye to some circumstances, some people, some things that haven't been healthy. This has been a cycle that tells me that this has been playing out for a long time now. Empress card, you may have just become so clear about your own self-worth and what you deserve and all this abundance that it's been a bit easier for you. While you don't exactly know where you're headed yet fully, Leo, you know that you're better off without the dead weight, the people tagging on, the bad behaviors, the bad habits of yours, things that weren't serving you anymore, that weren't bringing you abundance and just this feeling of satisfaction. So that's 3 major arcana cards coming through for August. If you've been feeling that intensity building, you know that you're changing, you know that things are evolving and some things have maybe been coming to an end. You are aware of your blessings though. You know that you trust in this intuition. It's actually your intuition, Leo, that has brought you on this journey. Maybe you're aware of this or you're not, but one of the gifts of the Empress is this beautiful intuitive energy, and it's the driving force, but this catalyst for change. All of these major arcana cards talk about soul growth lessons, so your soul knows that you've been ready for this. Okay, in the month of September, we begin with the Ace of Swords. It tells me that there might be you not seeing things totally clearly in the month of September. It might be wise to seek wise counsel. Ask the people that have had this life experience, how did that go for you? Can I learn anything from that? Because you do want to take so we've been in this moon card, unknown energy, for a while now. September, it seems like you have the desire to act a little bit more spontaneously, go after something that's a bit more out there, but it comes with the warning with the Ace of Swords reversed that you may not be seeing things 100% clearly, that you might even be verging on making a more reckless decision this month. You want to do something, but you are still kind of, I don't know, trapped by something even. The Ace of Swords can be very oppressive, like it's just a hard no boundary. No, it can be forceful. So something is stopping you. It's like a no-go for you, and that's annoying because you have this idea, you have this desire to do something new or to take a chance on something and be courageous and bold with your actions and what it is that you want. But yeah, and we're gonna have to clear it up because for me, you need to get some better advice this month. Page of Wands, Hierophant, and the Nine of Swords at the end of the reading. Very alternate and conflicting energies in these 2 cards, and that's what got your head in a bind. You're very much torn between two very distinct ways to go with something or to behave. One is free-spirited. One doesn't really care what anybody else thinks. One is just kind of in touch with their youth and they see life as a game in a way, and just to be experienced and do what they want when they're here. YOLO comes to me in mind with this card, even though, YOLO, I actually don't agree with that. I believe in reincarnation, so whatever, but it's that energy of like, YOLO, we do only live once in these bodies, so that's not a lie. Speaking of the body, the Taurus card, traditional, convention. So torn between this need to be a free spirit and want to just shirk responsibility is this fear of, what will people think if I just kind of just act so unpredictably and radically, and if I do this, people won't really think of me as this dependable person or this like mature person that never really goes outside or colors outside the line. But this is telling me that you want to start thinking outside the box and acting outside the box. You want to step into your individuality more, fear less about judgments of society, patriarchy, maybe even religious things holding you back, because something does hold you back from this. You want to stay, one part of you wants to stay inside the box and the other really just wants to break free. Let's clear up these cards together, Leo, and see what else is coming through for you. If you're interested in your personal astrology for the month ahead, September, September, there is a video available on my channel. It is the All Signs Virgo Season Astrology video. And there is personalized astrology for your sign based on your rising sign though. So if you know that, go over and check it out. And if you don't, the rising sign's really easy to find out. Just type it into your search browser, what's my rising sign, and it'll feed you right back after you follow the prompts. Let's look and get into these cards. Before getting back to the tarot, we are going to pull an oracle card from the Chinese goddess of compassion, Kuan Yin Oracle. Few too many. Let's see, don't have the time for that, unfortunately. But we're going to pull one, and let's just hope that it resonates with you somewhere on your journey right now. This is a message to Leo from their highest, most compassionate self to them. This is called the Amaryllis. Let's read a little about that. Number 34. Okay. Here it says, you have won a victory, beloved, a victory over the past, and the Amaryllis lute is sounding through every cell of your being, heralding your rising vibration as you leave fear behind. And once again, in fact, the lute says you are growing so fast and spiritually that you are outgrowing your old life even more so. When your vibration changes, so does your life, beloved. This is natural. It is safe and loving for you to release what no longer feels right for you, no matter how much it was important in your old life. It may not have the same place in your new life. Okay. So the more you allow yourself to raise your vibration, to shine victorious in your journey from fear to peace, the more you will be able to benefit from the quick unfoldment of your highest destiny in your life. Okay, it goes on to say, so you don't have to make dramatic changes to have dramatic effects. Even a small change in not gossiping, in choosing to engage in non-constructive arguments can make the world of difference. Choosing to smile more, be gentler, be kinder to yourself, not to be a doormat, to be firm and loving about meeting your own needs are a way to help raise your vibration too. Chanting, meditation, dance can help too. Remember, what works for another may not work for you, so just experiment and have fun with that. I love to meditate and I love to dance. So there are two things that I can just feel my vibration raising. I also love to just say 3 things I'm grateful for first thing in the morning. That really helps me raise my vibration and attract more things to be grateful for in life, because I find when you people have something to complain about, you'll always have something to complain about, but people who always count their blessings, they always have blessings to count, and that's kind of how I look at it. This talks about you evolving and growing, like this card suggests, coming from childlike wonder into learned and like applied understanding and wisdom about the world. That might be even unnerving as you understand the world more, you understand yourself more, you see yourself maturing. Some of you are maybe fearful around your maturation at this time, but it's you're aware of it. Okay, so let's take it back. Let's look at these beautiful major arcana cards. What do we need to know about the Empress, Death, and the Moon? Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. There is Lovers at the bottom of the deck, another major. There's a hastiness to this reading. There's a quickness to this reading. I feel like energetically, Leo, you might be experiencing things that are moving very quickly for you, that are rushed, that are happening immediately, that you're seeing things just boom, boom, things are lining up, and a result after result, or action after action, and option after option. Some of you have made the decision recently to pretty quickly make a departure away from something and follow something instead that serves your soul, feeds your purpose a little more, that you already know that this feels in alignment for you. This has come through, and we have this similar moon energy in both cards, like it looks like it's eclipsing. Changes happen in astrology under eclipses. They are what fuel destiny. Think of hypercharged new and full moons, like bringing around change, the eights in tarot, like the death card, all about transformation. This is a transformation of what brings you happiness. It's a transformation of how you kind of identify things in your life that fulfill you and satisfy you, and you're actually going after them. But as you do swiftly move towards the things that you feel are going to bring you more blessings and happiness, and really that are just a natural reflection of your evolution at this time, you do have to enter into a period of an unknown, and you have to leave things behind. Death card energy. Not everything can come with you, or needs to, or should come with you on this Eight of Cups journey, as you are bringing yourself soulfully led closer towards your purpose. The Fool card energy, very similar. It's like a spirit-led drive. You can't always explain what's going on here. Sometimes it can be, though, reckless rather than just pure optimism. And with the Ace of Swords, let's clear it up. That seems like you might need to seek wise counsel. The Lover's card at the bottom of the deck, some of it was a very important union that you took yourself away from. Doesn't necessarily have to be love, romantic reunion, but something where this was very strong and concrete at a time. And it comes because you wished to liberate yourself. Okay, so let's see. We're going to clear up the middle row. Ace of Swords in reverse with the Fool card and the Two of Wands. The Magician. This is a major reading. I'm seeing this is so many major cards, guys, and the Knight of Cups. So we have another knight here. So luckily in September we can slow things down from the Knight of Swords to the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Swords was here looking at the past, right? So the Knight of Swords was like, hey, we need to look at what we haven't looked at before. We need to act on it. We need to leave things behind and swiftly depart. And you know, this might have caused anxiety and kind of feelings of unsettling and unnerving emotions coming up, but you know, overall your soul was leading you this way. You was spirit led. We get to move things in a much more peaceful and sort of like purposeful direction now in the month of September, where we're the one in control, where we're the one that actually is very aware of the power that we have to create the life that we want. Like we really are aware of the skills of manifestation, and we've watched them unfold in our life thus far. So you trust in it. You trust in your ability to create the external reality you want based on your internal beliefs, your thoughts, your intention, your heart. Knight of Cups is following their heart, and it seems like you talk to somebody that just says to you something like, do what feels right in your heart, Leo. That's what they're going to say. Before you make this move and decision, like, just follow your heart. But you might say, no, I feel very strongly that I need to do this. They may just introduce you to an element of this that you haven't seen yet. You could be dealing with a Pisces, and they're able to sort of tell you like, oh, look, there's something you could do, and it's like magic, right? But somebody might, this advice that you get is the little magic solution, or just that little pinch of fairy dust that makes it all work for you, so to speak. Right, okay. It doesn't look like you're in the mood to listen to anyone else this month. You have this urgency, like, no, it needs to be done. It needs to be done. I don't have time for them to get back to me, so I'm just going to act on it really without getting the word back. But maybe it's important that you hear what's going on first. Also, this card is usually triumph over adversary when upright. Reversed tyranny, triumph over somebody tyrannical in your life, or a force that is just hugely oppressive, like could be in a sense like an unhealthy work environment. But you find out that actually I don't need that. I'll just create my life consciously in another way that doesn't align with my reality, so it doesn't have to be a part of my reality. We know that when manifesting in the Magician card energy, we are just building and creating our reality. Okay, so let's look at the end of the month. Page of Wands, Hierophant, and the Nine of Swords. Eight of Swords and the Hanged Man. Okay, it doesn't seem like the end of the month is the time to act on this anyways, so I think you have more time to consider things and gain more perspective. I know you have this sense of urgency, Leo. Your guides are speaking here and saying that it might be better to become enlightened after a period of having to pause and just wait, because you don't have a choice to act on it. It doesn't seem like you miss an opportunity, but if anything looks like that to you, consider it possibly a blessing, because you don't know what you know in September that you will know in the future. This enlightenment that will change, it'll be a game changer for you. So the Eight of Swords does look trapping and constricting. With the Nine of Swords, we know how this sort of feeling of inaction can lead to the Nine of Swords, when this crippling kind of self-doubt and self-limiting beliefs overcome us, and they nearly can become all we think about then, very overwhelming mentally. The Hanged One kind of tells me that, you know, there might be something that changes, that transforms the situation, but it's hard to notice it happening, because it's happening very much behind the scenes and internally, because something that delays your progress, and it seems like this stop, it seems like it's really harsh, and it's like you're like, oh my god, let me do it, or, you know, but it seems like very constricting at the time. It's actually going to be offering you Major Arcana card and the Sun card at the bottom of the deck, and then we have King of Wands, the Leo card, Leo energy. It's offering you a way to get closer to yourself, to get closer to aligning with the kind of version of yourself you want to be, and the version of whatever this is that you want to do, that you have this urgency to act on, but people are advising you against. They're advising you not to, but you're kind of, perhaps check in with your ego, Leo. This can be very egotistical energy, and you're looking for a kind of quick fix, self like external validation. The Hanged One is not, it has dissolved their ego. It's associated with Neptune, the planet of dissolving, and no ego there. So you then get this perceived nuisance and block in your way may actually reward you with a very enlightened new perspective that you just aren't aware of yet. Okay, Leo, please consider subscribing if you like this sort of video. And yeah, find your rising sign personalized astrology over on my channel. That's all my messages that I have to say today. Thank you for watching. See you soon.